Behind closed doors. Have you ever had a dream that was taken from you just because of the circumstance of your life? I am one of those people. My name is Shabnam, a 14-year-old girl from Herat. I live in a country where sometimes being a girl is a battle all on its own. Even so, since childhood, I've had big dreams. Dreams like becoming a doctor, so that I could help people and save them from the illnesses they suffer from. Every sunrise brought new hope and a fresh beginning for me. Each morning, after praying, I would prepare for school, put on my uniform with excitement and joy, and head off to school. Every day I was happier and more hopeful than the day before, filled with eagerness. At school, I studied with my classmates and friends. My grades were good, and after classes, we would laugh and have fun together. My school days were full of energy, excitement, and joy. But those hopeful and exciting days only lasted 6 years. 6 years full of hope and dreams. After that, I was no longer that lively and hopeful girl. When I completed grade 5 and moved to grade 6, the Taliban took over Afghanistan for the second time in 2021. That was when injustice, misery, sorrow, fear, and despair began for the women and girls of Afghanistan. The Taliban shut down schools for girls above grade 6. At that time, I was still in grade 6 and allowed to attend school. After my final exam in grade 6, I passed with excellent results and was excited to start grade 7. But when I returned to school after the break to begin grade 7, all the teachers, with sadness in their voices, told us that we were no longer allowed to continue our education. That was the moment I felt like just a moving body, so heartbroken that I started crying right then and there. The teachers told us not to lose hope and confidence and to wait for the day when girls above grade 6 would be allowed to study again. I cried all the way home. When I arrived, my throat was choked with sadness. I couldn't even eat. My mother asked me why I was so upset. I told her that the Taliban had closed schools for girls above grade 6 and that I could no longer continue my education. My mother was deeply saddened but told me not to give up hope. Maybe one day, she said, the schools will reopen and you and other girls can continue your studies. Days passed, and there was no news about the schools reopening. Months went by. Still no news. Time kept moving forward without any change. I transformed from a lively, hopeful girl into a quiet and hopeless one. The walls of my home became my prison. I felt like my wings were broken, yet I was told to fly, like a bird with broken wings. I no longer had the will to soar. Each day felt like a year, and a month felt like a lifetime. This wait continued for 4 years, since 2021 until now, 2025. No girl above grade 6 is allowed to go to school. Why is it only Afghan girls who must be deprived of the opportunity to learn? Why are we denied the right to education? Even speaking up is forbidden for Afghan women and girls under Taliban rule. Did not the same God who created men also create women? Even God said, read, Iqra, but we are denied that right. Still, I hold on to hope. There is a light in my heart, small, but bright enough amidst all this darkness. The day they announce that schools for girls above grade 6 are reopened will be the happiest day of my life. Not just for me, but for every Afghan girl who has been separated from her education and lifelong dreams, and who continues to live in hope. Every day I look at my books and cry. I wonder if this vast world has a place where I can study. I live for the day I can study again with my classmates, hold new textbooks, write dictation on the blackboard, breathe in the scent of the school garden, fly freely like a bird, and spend my nights not in sorrow, but studying and writing, working towards a bright future. An illiterate person is like a thorny flower, beautiful but painful to touch. A literate person is like a valuable book. The more you read, the more knowledge you gain. And yet I still have hope, because I know that in this journey of life, I will succeed.